Hello and welcome to this video report where I'll be diving into an exciting topic, the technical requirements for a Peruvian cosmetic brand Alma Bonita to access the US market. Alma Bonita is a rising star in the cosmetic industry and today we'll be exploring what it takes for this brand to cross borders and enter the global stage. But why is this important, you might ask? Well, as businesses look to grow internationally, understanding the technical access requirement is essential. These are more than just rules. They are the foundation that ensures a product is safe, reliable, and compliant with the regulations in a new market. For Alma Bonita, this journey involved more than just producing great products like lipsticks. It's about meeting a specific standard, certifications, and working closely with authorities in the US to ensure their cosmetic meet the highest level of safety, quality, and ethics. In this report, we'll dive into what those requirements look like, why they matter, and how Alma Bonita can successfully navigate them to build trust with a whole new customer base in the United States. Now that we've introduced the topic, let's focus on the specific objective of this research. These goals will guide our exploration of how Alma Bonita can enter the US market successfully. First, our primary objective is to identify the specific access requirements that Alma Bonita as a cosmetic company must meet. These include essential regulations around product safety, labeling, and ingredients, all of which are enforced by authorities like the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration in the US. Second, we'll be investigating the relevant standards and certifications required both in Peru, the company home country, and in the US. This includes understanding the role of accreditation bodies such as the DGMIT in Peru and the FDA in the USA, along with any other important organizations involved. Finally, based on our findings, we'll provide recommendations on how Alma Bonita can strengthen its positioning in the US market. By meeting these regulatory and certification requirements, the brand will be well prepared to build trust and thrive in the competitive environment. Now that we have our objective set, let's dive into what the research tells us about the access requirement for cosmetic products in the US market. For Alma Bonita, navigating these regulations is essential to ensure their products are compliant and ready for international sales. One key tool that can help streamline compliance for cosmetic companies is Register Cup, an entity that simplifies processes such as facility registration, appointing a USA agent, producing listing, and adverse event reporting. In addition, brands like Alma Bonita need to meet MOCRA compliance, which covers regulatory services for manufacturers, processors, and brand owners. The US FDA, or Food and Drug Administration, oversees cosmetics regulation. One of the most critical aspects is labeling. The FDA have a specific guideline that must be followed, such as listing the product's identity, net quantity, and ingredients, all in descending order of predominance. It's also important to note that the labeling regulation fall under the both the FDNC Act and the FPNL Act, ensuring that information is presented clearly both on the inner and outer packaging. Packaging is another key area regulated by the FDA. Packaging must protect the product and must not mislead consumers by overfilling or giving a false impression of the product's content. Additionally, cosmetic ingredients are not pre approved by the FDA, except for color additives, but manufacturers are responsible for ensuring the product's safety. For Alma Bonita, it will be crucial to avoid prohibited ingredients and only use approved color additives. An important voluntary option is the FDA's Voluntary Cosmetic Registration Program, VCRP, which is not mandatory but can enhance a brand's transparency and credibility. Participating in the program can demonstrate Alma Bonita's commitment to the US standards and help build consumer trust, which is highly valued in the American market. Studies also show that the US consumers increasingly prioritize ethical and sustainable products. Certifications like cruelty free, vegan, and organic, though not required by law, are significant selling points and could influence buying decisions. For a brand like Alma Bonita, these certifications can serve as competitive edge in the market. From a theoretical point, we see that non tariff barriers play a crucial role in the cosmetic industry. These barriers include regulatory standards, certifications requirements, and technical tests, all of which companies must navigate to enter new markets. For example, the FDA labeling and ingredient regulations are a form of NTB for Alma Bonita. While they don't impose direct tariffs, these requirements ensure the products meet local safety and labeling standards before they can be sold in the US market. In addition, the regulatory standards, certifications like cruelty free or organic, can act as non tariff barriers, especially for products that do not meet these consumer driven preferences. Understanding this framework helps us see how complex the path to international expansion can be, particularly for cosmetic companies like Alma Bonita. Now let's talk about the access requirement and their importance. Access requirements refer to the legal, regulatory, and market-specific conditions that company must meet to sell their products in a foreign market. These requirements are crucial because they ensure that the product met the safety, quality, and ethical standards of the target market. In essence, market access is a strategic process that allows products or services to enter and be available in a particular market. Why are they important? First, global reach. By meeting access requirements, companies can expand internationally and tap into new revenue sources, ensuring they reach global consumers effectively. Second, reducing risks. Understanding market specific regulations help companies anticipate potential obstacles, minimizing costly errors, such as customs rejection or product recalls. Third, building consumer confidence. Compliance with legal and safety standards fosters trust with local consumers, leading to stronger customer loyalty. And fourth, fostering innovation. Navigating different markets can push companies to innovate and adapt their products, making them more competitive in a global landscape. Now let's talk about the categories of requirements. First, we have the regulatory requirements. In the United States, cosmetics are regulated by the Food and Drug Administration under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. The FDA requires that the cosmetic products and their ingredients must be safe for consumer use and properly labeled. However, unlike drugs, cosmetics do not require FDA pre-market approval, but companies are responsible for ensuring their products are safe. Specific regulatory requirements include prohibitions on harmful substances like lead in makeup and compliance with labeling laws, where ingredients must be listed clearly on the packaging. Now, let's talk about standards and certifications. Here we have voluntary and non voluntary certifications. So, there are some that Alma Bonita can pursue, like Leaping Bunny certifications, ensure that products are cruelty free, a significant concern for the US consumer. Another is the USDA Organic, certifies that the ingredients used are organic, appealing to the health conscious buyer. Now let's talk about market entry requirements. It's important to mention that Alma Bonita must follow custom regulations, including product classification under their harmonized tariff schedule. Also, must ensure that its product comply with internationally recognized standards such as ISO 22716, Good Manufacturing Practices for Cosmetic, which focuses on production, control, and shipment processes, ensuring the safety and the quality of the cosmetic products. Let's provide some relevant examples. First, we have ingredient restrictions. In the US, certain color additives and harmful ingredients are restricted. For instance, Alma Bolita must ensure that the lipstick formulations don't contain any prohibited substances and use only approved colorants. Failing to do so could lead to the products being banned from entering the US market. Second, we have labeling and marketing claims. The US regulation requires truthful labeling, particularly regarding terms like organic or natural. Alma Bonita must substantiate these claims, ensuring that they meet the Federal Trade Commission. Thus, in advertising laws, mislead claims can result in legal consequences or reputational damage. Third, we have cruelty-free market. As more states like California ban the sale of cosmetic tests on animals, cruelty-free certification become increasingly important. So Alma Bonita can capitalize on this trend by promoting its cruelty-free products to attract a growing consumer-based value ethical production. Let's move on to the relevant standards and accreditation bodies that Alma Bonita must engage with to successfully enter the US market. Understanding both Peruvian and the US standards is crucial for compliance and market acceptance. Starting with Peru, the key accreditation bodies include INACAL and GEMIT. INACAL, the National Quality Institute, plays a vital role by ensuring that cosmetic product adheres the national quality standards. It collaborates with accredited laboratories to test and evaluate cosmetics, assessing their safety, stability, and compliance with health regulation. About Digemit, on the other hand, regulates products intended for personal care and hygiene, ensuring they meet safety and health standards before they reach consumers. Together, these bodies uphold the integrity of Peruvian cosmetic market and support companies like Alma Bonita in meeting both local and international standards. Moving to the United States, the FDA is the primary authority overseas cosmetic under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Compliance with the FDA regulations is mandatory for any cosmetic product entering in the US market. This includes strict adherence to safety and labeling requirements. In addition to regulatory compliance, Alma Bonita should consider obtaining ISO certifications. These global standards ensure product safety and quality, promoting responsible practices that resonate with consumers. Moreover, certifications like Leaping Bunny or the USD Organic can enhance market positioning by appealing to consumers seeking cruelty-free or organic products. Now, let's highlight some key similarities and differences in standards between Peru and the US. Both countries prioritize safety and quality with INACAL and the FDA, ensuring that the cosmetic products are safe for consumer use. However, the labeling requirements in the US are notably stricter, demanding clear ingredient lists and claims that are heavily scrutinized. Furthermore, the US has more comprehensive ingredient regulations, requiring pre-market approval for synthetic color additives. With INACAL work with laboratories for ingredient assessment, there might be discrepancies in banned substances, necessitating reformulation for Almas Bonitas products to align with the US standards. Finally, let's briefly discuss the roles of the relevant authorities in both countries. In Peru, the GEMIT ensures the health standards of cosmetic products and oversees production facilities, while INACAL certifies compliance with national quality standards. Next, let's discuss the findings and recommendations derived from our research regarding Almas Bonita's entry into the US market. First, some key findings. One of the significant challenges faced by many companies is compliance with the complex regulations and standards in international markets. This complexity can lead to potential legal issues if not navigated properly. For instance, companies like Register Corp specialize in assisting businesses with FDA compliance, streamlining the process for entering the US market. Secondly, there's an increasing emphasis on sustainability. Consumers are more inclined to support brands that showcase environmental responsibility and ethical practices. For Alma Bonita, meeting voluntary or mandatory standards, such as cruelty free certifications or ISO 14001, can add significant value to the brand. Additionally, there's a notable gap in access to information regarding market entry requirements, standards, and best practices. This lack of accessible and reliable information can hinder effective decision making for companies looking to expand internationally. While the FDA's website is a key resource, there are other platforms that provide value insight, making it crucial for businesses to identify and verify trustworthy resources. Now, let's explore some actionable recommendations for Alma Bonita and policy markers. Firstly, it is essential to train staff on export processes and associated requirements. Although information is available, understanding foreign regulations can be intricate, making comprehensive knowledge vital for facilitating the export process. Secondly, obtaining voluntary certifications is crucial. These certifications can help Albanita stand out among established US competitors, with consumer becoming increasingly discerning and prioritizing sustainability, focusing on ethical practices and relevant certifications can enhance product value and create a competitive advantage. Furthermore, developing a tailored making strategy that resonates with the US consumer is essential. Conducting market research to understand preferences and trends will help. Leveraging digital marketing, social media, and influencer partnership can effectively raise brand awareness, highlighting the brand unique story, cultural heritage, and commitment to sustainability will strengthen the connection with potential customers. Finally, Alma Bonita should familiarize itself with the regulatory standards specific to the US cosmetic market. This includes understanding FDA regulations, labeling requirements, and necessary safety assessments. Investing in a compliance team or consulting experts can ensure all products meet legal and safety standards, building trust with consumers and enhancing the brand's reputation. Let's do a recap of main points and implications for businesses. In summary, Alma Bonita entering the US cosmetic market presents both significant opportunities and challenges. First, we discuss the importance of understanding the complex regulatory landscape, emphasizing the necessity for meeting specific standards and requirements to ensure compliance and product safety. This understanding is not just about avoiding legal pitfalls, it's crucial for building consumer trust. Second, we highlighted the value of certifications, particularly those that resonate with today's environmentally conscious consumers. Certification can significantly enhance brand differentiation and foster customer loyalty in a competitive marketplace. Moreover, investing in the training of personnel on export processes and market expectations will be crucial for a smooth transition into the landscape. Knowledgeable staff can navigate complexities, streamline operation, and respond proactively to challenges. Ultimately, the implication of these findings underscore the necessity for businesses in the cosmetic industry to continuously adapt and innovate in response to evolving consumer demands and regulatory requirements, ensuring the long-term success and sustainability.